Triangulation is something that I think many women especially know about. And the reason is because we sort of grow up with it. We're kind of used to it. You have three friends, there's usually one person kind of out of it. In relationships, triangulation usually happens during a conflict. There's a conflict between the two main people, and they pull a third party in. It's more a symptom of mental health disorders than it is something that in and of itself is a mental health disorder, because it happens all the time. And how therapists usually determine, okay, is this a symptom of something deeper, or is this just a dirty way that this couple fights, is really they have to assess the person that's talking about it, the couple, and then help them find healthier ways to work through their conflict together. But the main thing is that when there's a triangulation, it's important that you understand whoever the triangulation is against. Like, they'll pull in, like, one person is orchestrating it. The two people who are the points of the triangle, they rarely know what's happening. They don't know what's said, because there's, if you will, a metaphor, there's kind of a master ringleader, and that person is the one that has the conversation of the other two people as well as they themselves have with each person. It can happen in relationships between, couples. It can happen in family of origins. Many times parents will say things to one child, I wish you could be more like your brother, or like your sister, or like your cousin. And then they'll go on to glorify this cousin. By the way, I was just talking to this cousin and they said this and this. Their main motivation in doing this is to get under your skin, to make you, manipulate you to change into the direction they want. So that's why it is used. It's also used, as I said, in a couple of mental health diagnosed illnesses, and one of those would be narcissistic personality disorder, and the other one would be borderline personality disorder. Those two disorders use it quite easily, and they're good at it. So if you're in a relationship with someone who has those illnesses, it's important for you to understand they grew up with this and they know how to work it. And because they manipulate a lot in their daily living anyway, this is almost a natural for them. I think the important thing that we remember right now is what it does to the person who's being triangulated, the victim, if you will. So they start getting more impulsive with their behaviors. I'm going to call the other person. I'm going to schedule a meeting, or they'll do something else. I'm going to break up with you. I can't stand this. These kinds of things are basically being manifested because you feel so badly about what's going on. Secondly, you'll become more fearful. Like, you really don't understand what's going on. You just know that your partner is adamant about this, and you start feeling coerced or manipulated from another, like you just start feeling like you don't have control. And that is very scary if you've ever been in that situation, because you really can feel like you're losing your mind at times. Is this just me? I have to check this out. So now I want to talk a little bit about how to cope with it. The best way to cope with it, first of all, is to clarify the situation before acting. So you make sure you know exactly what's being said, and this might be a three-way meeting. This might mean you sitting down with your partner, getting all their details, and then talking to the third person. But what's most important is you don't wait for that ringmaster to keep telling you what was said, that you actually go to the source. Secondly, ensure that you're staying in touch with all your loved ones and people who are not part of this, people who believe in you, people who support you, because you can start feeling like you're losing your mind, going crazy. And if you stay in that state of mind, you'll be more easily manipulated. Try to maintain a healthy balance with your life. Maybe ease off this relationship or this situation. Go into other areas, like what do you like to do for movement? Are you eating well? Are you staying away from alcohol? Because these kinds of things also can make this whole situation much worse. Maintain your self-control. Try not to get into their snare of acting out, being impulsive, because remember, that fuels it. They like that. And when the more upset they see you, oftentimes, once again, it will intensify the triangulation. I think it's best for you to remove yourself from the triangle if possible. Something as simple as, I don't care. Well, I don't care what they said. I'm not that person. But that takes a lot of courage. And if you've been worn down with this type of situation for a while, you may not feel that way. The best way to prevent this entirely, and prevention is what I talk about, because once you're in it, it's really difficult to get out. The best ways to prevent it: build your network of loved ones. Work on that. People that help support you, are emotionally healthy, and really are 100% behind what you believe is best for your emotional health. Refuse to be drawn into any triangle. Anytime someone starts using that, comparing you to someone or saying something that someone else said, know that that is a triangle. Know that that comes out of a place of toxic behavior for them, and don't participate. Don't gossip about anybody. Avoid sharing personal information with someone who you've seen use this on other people or used on you in the past, and leaving the situation where you find yourself alone with this kind of person. Don't get me wrong, just because these people are in your life doesn't mean something's wrong with you. They're out there and they invade every space, every activity. But the stronger you are with your boundaries, the more aware you are that this stuff happens, the more you protect yourself from yourself being a victim in the future. If this video is helpful for you, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.